This short video is from a comprehensive course on Udemy.
In this video, we'll take a look into the world of AI image generation. We'll focus in on one of the most innovative advancements in the field, Dall-E 3. By the time we're done, you should have a solid grasp on how this remarkable technology transforms text prompts into impressive images. So what are these AI image generators? Well, simply put, they are AI platforms that create artistic images from scratch or modify existing images. Now, Dall-E 3 is created by OpenAI, and these are the same people that brought us ChatGPT. And also, Dall-E 3 is integrated into Copilot, and that goes to show you just how high quality the Dall-E 3 platform is. So its purpose is to create images from text descriptions. So imagine you have an idea in your mind, a unique concept, a fantastical scene, or maybe a quirky character. If you can describe it in words, Dall-E 3 will bring it to life in the form of a stunning image. It's like having an AI artist at your fingertips. The system takes your text input and turns it into visual artwork. And it's very simple and easy to work with, as we'll see in a few moments. With Dall-E 3, as well as the other AI platforms we've looked at, the output we get is based on the quality of the prompts that we enter into the system. Now, there are many use cases for these AI image generators. We can create realistic images of objects and people who don't even exist. We can enhance low-resolution images, create 3D models, and mimic well-known artistic styles. Now, as you might imagine, Dall-E 3 has some competitors out there, and some of those are Midjourney, Pixlr, and Stable Diffusion. For the purposes of this video, we are focusing in on Dall-E 3, but we will do a brief comparison between Midjourney and Dall-E 3 later in this video. As we begin to focus in on Dall-E 3, there are a few things I want to touch on and to re-emphasize. Now, I did mention that Dall-E 3 is created by OpenAI. This is the same people that brought us ChatGPT+, so it is integrated into that system as well as Copilot. Something to consider here: to access ChatGPT+ and all the great features it has, you need to pay that monthly fee. With Copilot, once your account is created, you're good to go. You can just use the system for free. So depending on what your budget is and how much you might need use of those various AI features, it's good to know that you have that free option. Now, I've already mentioned that you can create custom images through personalized prompts. That's the basis of what Dall-E 3 can do for you. But there are a couple points to touch on here. Compared to its previous versions and to its competitors, Dall-E 3 has a very impressive ability to detect detail and nuance. It also has a very strict prompt adherence for accurate images and greater creative control. So you can really dive in and get your hands dirty, so to speak, as you journey down this creative road to ultimately getting the image that you want. Now, once you have this image created, you can build off that image and create multiple variations. Dall-E 3 can give you multiple options as to which way to go in the creative process. Okay, so now let's dive into our Dall-E 3 demo/exercise combo. So as I walk through this demonstration of what Dall-E 3 can do, feel free to not just follow along at home, but with whatever AI platform you're using, enter in these prompts as well, so you can get a real feel of what Dall-E 3 can create for you. And when the video is done, feel free to pause and tweak this good prompt, add in whatever you want, and take it in the creative direction that you want to go. And I think that will give you great insight into what Dall-E 3 can do on a creative level. For the purposes of this video, we'll be using Copilot, since it is a free option and anyone at home can use it. Now, you'll remember from previous videos that with the free version of ChatGPT, you don't have access to Dall-E 3 as well as the other great features that it has. And as you'll see over here, I created this image a few minutes ago. Look at this beauty. So yes, Copilot is great. It's free. We're going to use it for this video, but ChatGPT+ is truly a great platform. Okay, so let's hop into these prompts. Shown here on your screen is an example of a poor prompt and a good prompt. Let's try the poor prompt first. And it'll probably render a completely useful picture of a fox in the woods for me, but we're definitely going to want something more specific, and we'll get to that. Okay, so here we are on Copilot, And you can see here that I've engaged the designer GPT. And if we head on down here, I have that basic prompt ready to go, create an image of a fox in the woods. Very simple, but let's see what Copilot does for us. Okay, here we go. We've got 4 images created from that very basic prompt. And honestly, each one looks pretty good to me. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you see here it's powered by Dall-E 3. And we've got additional options to take this prompt a little bit further. And that's what we're going to dive into with the next more detailed prompt that we were just looking at. But really quick, let's take a look at the options we have with each of these images. So I'll click on this one here. Now we can take a closer look at this image. And right here, I can switch to landscape view if I want. Now, if I hop into the actual image itself, you'll see it begins to highlight different aspects of it. And I can begin to alter these things. So if I go up here to this rock, click on that, you'll see down here now I can do a color pop, I can blur the background, or if I want to go back to the way it was. And now down here, just like you'd see in a photo editor, I can change the way this image looks. I could go with watercolor, block print, steampunk. And then up here, this is where you can really dive into some editing options. You can download this and get more info. But if I click on this, now we've taken that Dall-E 3 generated image of a fox, and we can utilize the designer platform that Microsoft has given us here via Copilot and really do a deep dive on editing this image and take it in the creative direction that we want to go. And then I can go ahead and share this image if I want or copy it. But what I want to do now is hop into that more detailed prompt and build our initial image that way. Because remember, a better prompt gives you better output, and then editing and building on your image from that point gives you a better product. What I want to do is to create an image of a small fox in the woods, walking next to a stream with fast-moving white water. I want some pine trees in the background, a small bridge with handrails, sun setting. And so I'm really being specific about the image that I want Dall-E 3 to generate. By providing a much clearer prompt, I'm going to see this fast-moving water, the pine trees, all those things. And that's going to impact how the picture looks. So let's go ahead, enter this into the system, and see what we get. All right, so here we go. This is what the next prompt gave us. Here are the options. And yes, quality-wise, both prompts produced top-notch images. But now, let's examine these really quick and see if the system followed my prompt accurately. So up first, we needed a small fox walking through the woods next to a stream with fast-moving white water. And when I glance at each one of these, check, all those things are there. So that's good. Up next, I asked for some pine trees in the background, and I'm seeing that in each one here. So check on that. Then I needed a small bridge with handrails going over the stream, and I see that in each image. So we're good there. And lastly, I wanted that sun to be setting. And when I glance in each one of these images, it's not so obvious here. Definitely in these two. And yeah, I could say that's a sun sitting right there. So overall, I would say that the system handled my more in-depth prompt. And as you can see, between these two prompts, the more you enter into the system, the more you can take creative control of the image you want Dall-E 3 to generate for you. So as we've seen, the Microsoft Designer platform lets us take an image that we've generated and customize it in many different ways. But we can also continue to tweak this image with follow-up prompts and continue to send it in the creative direction that we want it to go in. So let's take these 4 images and see if we can get the system to slightly alter them based on a spur-of-the-moment artistic whim. So down here you can see I've entered in my next prompt using these images. Can you add a slightly hidden but slightly noticeable image of Bigfoot? So there's my artistic whim, and let's see what Copilot does with this. All right, so Dall-E 3 has worked its magic, and I have the images in response to my follow-up prompt to add a slightly hidden but slightly noticeable image of Bigfoot. along with the original requirements of my more in-depth prompt. And right here, you see we still got those original features. We've got the fox walking by the stream, we've got the pine trees, sun is setting, the bridge is still there. But I have to say, although I see Bigfoot in each of these images, he is more than slightly noticeable. He's definitely not hidden at all. So if I was to continue working on this image, this idea that I have in my head, I would have to move forward and tweak this prompt a little bit more to get Bigfoot still in there, but hidden just a little bit more. So as you can see, there's a back and forth with Dall-E 3 as you develop these images and try to get that final result that you really want. But as you can see overall, Dall-E 3 integrated into the Designer GPT for Copilot can generate some great images for us. And then we can add follow-up prompts to change those images in whatever way we want to go. And when we have an image we like, we can utilize all the editing features that the Designer GPT has to offer for some in-depth customization. So here's your chance to pause this video right now, take this good prompt, and take it in the creative direction that you want to see it go in. You could go ahead and add and remove elements. You could take Sasquatch right on out of there. You could adjust the style and the mood of the image. You could really add whatever variation you want to it. So go ahead and team up with Dall-E 3, get creative, and produce the image that you really want to see. So let's take a quick look at a comparison between Dall-E 3 and Midjourney. And Midjourney is seen to be one of the biggest competitors to Dall-E 3, but you may be asking yourself right now, what is Midjourney? Well, Midjourney is an AI tool that uses advanced machine learning algorithms to create images from text prompts. It operates through Discord. So now you may ask yourself, what is Discord? Discord is an online communication platform initially popular with gamers. Now it's widely used by various online communities, and this includes Midjourney. So hopping back into the chart here, we've already seen Dall-E 3 is integrated into Copilot and ChatGPT+. With Midjourney, it uses the Discord interface. Dall-E 3 is generally seen to be user-friendly, and it uses text-to-image prompts. Midjourney has a bit of a steeper learning curve. It does use text-to-image prompts, but it also uses Discord command terminology. The output quality for Dall-E 3 is high detail and fidelity. It excels at photorealism. Midjourney can also achieve photorealism. It excels at artistic styles and surreal compositions. As we've seen, there are two pricing options for Dall-E 3. With Copilot, it's free. With ChatGPT+, you pay that $20 a month fee, but you get access to not only Dall-E 3, but all those other features. With Midjourney, there's a 4-tier subscription plan, and that ranges from $10 a month to $120 a month. And just a side note here, I created this chart using Gemini. I imagine you'd be a little curious to see what Midjourney can do. I know I would be. So here's a brief look at the images Midjourney can create. So that's the power of Dall-E 3, an AI artist at your service, creating amazing images based on the prompts you give it. Whether for business or personal use, these AI image generators are ready to partner with you on any creative journey you want to take.